I, 27, have been married with my husband, 32, for 3 years and haven't been dating for a little over 5. My husband has this friend, 31, Mary. They've known each other since they were in high school and she's considered one of the boys, if you may. That basically means she's always invited to all the fishing trips and stuff, which I don't mind at all. I trust my husband. Well, my problems with Mary started when she first found out I'm half Romanian. It started kind of innocently, with her asking me to say certain words, teach her some insults etc., which didn't necessarily bother me, but it usually put me on the spot whenever we were out with my husband's group of friends. It only escalated to her googling stuff about Romania and asking me, are you a vampire? Do you bite your husband by the neck? 2, are you a gypsy? I bet you've got some of that gypsy blood in you, which is just blatantly stereotypical. Last week, me and my husband organized a mini BBQ with our friends and Mary was invited by my husband despite me telling him she makes me uncomfortable. He said he had talked to her about her remarks and she's been understanding, so it's unlikely she'll say something this time. It was midnight and there were about 4 of us left and I accidentally spilled some red wine on Mary's jeans when I tripped over a carpet. All hell broke loose. Mary started saying that I'm a witch and I'm trying to ruin her life and this whole thing is part of my ritual and I'm just an immigrant gypsy trying to ruin my husband's life and I've poisoned my husband against her. I started crying and profusely apologizing. When she wouldn't drop it, I kicked her out and banned her from ever coming to my house again. Am I the idiot for doing this? My husband insists that Mary was just drunk and talking nonsense and he would talk to her. He also told me I'm way too sensitive about my heritage and I'm an idiot for banning her. Mary has since given me a half-hearted apology, but I'm still not okay with her. I cannot believe after how much you defended your husband in your OP that he went around and just conveniently confessed to a long-term affair with Mary. After you did all this work to make sure he knew you trusted him and all the gaslighting he did about your feelings about Mary. You deserve so much better, OP. You'll find it. Take time for yourself right now and I hope you've got a solid support system. If you need help finding therapy or any other resource, feel free to let me know and I'll drop some in a reply for you. Best of luck to you, friend. I was all ready to call you an idiot from reading the title, but you're not the idiot at all in this situation. Mary was way out of line and being drunk doesn't change the fact she obviously has a huge problem with you, which seems to be deeply rooted in stereotypes, and there's no reason to think she won't act out again. It's perfectly reasonable to not want to be subjected to that in your own home. It doesn't seem like you are trying to stop your husband from being friends with her, and I believe you shouldn't, but they can easily hang out outside your house. Not the idiot. But your husband is a problem. You can choose not to have Mary in your life and home. If he wants to continue being friends with someone who is rude towards you, then consider that he is also rude. People who stand by have chosen a side. People who stand by and watch a loved one being pelted with hate aren't indistinguishable from the ones throwing it. Even if you weren't his supposed loved one, it would be terrible but worse, because he is supposed to have your back, but he's standing there watching you get stabbed and eating potato chips. I've been dating Kira for 2 months now. I get home late sometimes, so on nights where she comes over and I won't be home till late, it makes sense for her to just pick up food. Most times I'm not home late so we go out together or we cook something, but 3 times now I just cash app her $20 and she picks up some fast food because it's too late to do that stuff. The first time we did this, she told me where she wanted to pick up food, so I texted her what I wanted from there, then sent her $20. My order was only $7, so I definitely gave her enough to cover whatever she wanted as well. She can keep the change, buy herself a coffee in the morning on me, or whatever else. She came home with the wrong order for me. It was still something I liked. I ordered a burger, she brought home a chicken sandwich, so it wasn't a big deal. She said they must have messed up the order. She definitely told them a burger. Okay, no problem, crap happens. Few weeks later, same crap. This time a different fast food restaurant. I texted her my order, sent her more than enough money to buy both of our food, and she came home with the wrong order for me. Except this time, I don't like the food I was given. It's not something I order from this restaurant. I don't like the wet burrito Play-Dohs from Del Taco, and she got me the chicken birdie wet burrito Play-Doh. I don't like green sauce either. I asked for epicali steak and guac. It's a completely different type of burrito. I said what the hell. You're 0 for 2 on the takeout orders, are you doing this on purpose? She insists it was a lapse in judgment. I ordered a burrito, and they have a newish chicken verde burrito, so she thought I might like to try it. I assured her I don't want to try any new burritos. Please just get what I ask for, or else, what's the point in me even asking? She told me she would. Now tonight, same crap. Back at Del Taco, I order another epic cauli steak and guac, this time she brings back a carne asada wet burrito Play-Doh. Now I'm mad. I had a rough day and I was looking forward to my burrito. I don't like wet burritos. When I saw that on the table, I laughed. I thought she was joking. Okay, joke's over, where's my real burrito? It was no joke. She thought I didn't like the other one just because of the green sauce, so she got me one with red sauce. That's crude. I picked up the dish and threw it in the trash. I told her if I can't trust her to get a basic food order right, I don't know how I trust her as a SO in a relationship. Then I left and got my burrito. She's still in bed crying. I'm going to go in and talk to her in a bit, but I'm still too frustrated. Honestly. Why would you keep buying someone the wrong thing? This is on purpose, right? Not the idiot. A, it's your money, so you can waste it if you want to. B, it's your stomach, and you don't have to fill it with food that you don't even like. And C, what the hell is wrong with this person that she refuses to simply order what you said you wanted? This is not a time where substituting her judgment for your preferences is warranted. Worse, you told her you didn't like that, and she keeps forcing it on you. Would she appreciate it if you pulled that crap on her multiple times? Not the idiot, once is an accident, twice is a pattern, and 3 times is a plot. But I do think you were rather harsh with her. Instead of jumping to questioning your relationship, you could have simply asked why she keeps doing this. It could be she is trying to pocket the extra cash, or it could be, oh, that sounds so tasty. I bet if I surprise OP with that, he will be like it and be happy. Just think things would have went better if you calmly asked what was going on with her. But still don't think you're in the wrong, cause that is pretty annoying. Not the idiot. Yes. You could have handled the situation better, but trust me. I probably would have been pissed too. If it happens 1, fine. No problem. But 3 separate times. It's not that hard to get this item and bring it home. You told her you didn't want to try anything new. You want what you wanted. I don't understand how she failed twice to understand what you want. You're trusting her with money, yes it's $20, but it's still money. You're trusting that she won't screw up. And yet, she still manages to screw up. I've been laid off, but my husband is still working doing essential construction. Before everything happened, our dinners 99% of the time were takeout that one of us picked up on our way home from work. Now with the current situation, we've decided that I would start cooking all dinners since I'm home all day and we need to save money. Ever since this has started, he has constantly been complaining about what time we eat dinner. He gets home around 6 p.m. each day, and almost every day the first thing out of his mouth is when's dinner. Which is really hurtful after I've been waiting for him to come home all day and spend time with me. When he gets home from work, I like to spend at least 30 or 45 minutes talking about our days since I get no social interaction until he's home, and then I'll get up and start making dinner. Lately he spends pretty much this entire time nagging me about when I'm going to cook because he's been at work all day and he's starving. I always tell him I'll make it soon, but first I just want to relax and talk to him, which he usually accepts, but I can tell he's frustrated. I don't understand why it's so hard for him to just spend some time with his wife when he gets home. This past week it's gotten even worse to the point where he keeps just trying to bypass me and go to the kitchen to make his own food so he doesn't have to sit and talk with me first. I told him that if he makes something himself, I'm not even going to bother with dinners at all anymore. I don't know why I waste my time and energy planning and making meals for someone who is just going to be ungrateful and demanding. He said he comes home from work hungry every day and just wants to be fed right away. Well, I believe that beggars can't be choosers and he should be happy that he's getting a home-cooked meal at all. When I grew up, I wouldn't ever dare ask my parents to cook dinner on my schedule, and I don't know how he was raised to be so entitled. He told me that starting next week he's going to just start getting takeout for dinner every day again since he can't trust me to feed him. Which I think is a huge overreaction, especially considering the whole point of me cooking was to save money on takeout. Am I the idiot? Or am I right that he's just acting entitled? I feel like you are being the entitled one. He works all day while you are at home, presumably just chilling. I don't think it's too much to have dinner ready. I always ask my boyfriend ahead of time when he'll likely be home, so I know when to start dinner. He's essential and I am laid off, and it's a nice thing I can do for him. On the flip side, he cooks on the weekends for me still. You'll have time to chat during dinner or likely after. Do a nice thing for your husband and stop being so self-centered. You are the idiot. You're the idiot. You said you'd usually get takeout on the way from work, so it would follow that he's used to eating right after work. It also sounds like you're pretty much home all day, so I don't see why dinner can't be ready by the time he comes home. That way you can spend time with him when he gets home over a nice home-cooked meal. Your husband is coming home from a long day of work wanting to eat at his usual time, and it seems he's not getting food until maybe an hour and a half after normal dinner time. I work in construction and I have to eat a hefty amount of food. The guy is literally coming and starving after a physical day, and you're stopping him from eating when you've both agreed you should be cooking. You've clearly got a phone, so you can't blame it on lack of social interaction, and it's not a lot to ask to have dinner ready for around when he gets home. Maybe talk whilst you're having dinner. I don't know, but you're making yourself sound super lazy and self-centered here. Background: my girlfriend and I have lived together for 5 years. For as long as I can remember, she has always liked to take naps, and she consistently chooses to nap in the living room, on the couch. Now, I don't really care that she takes naps. I'm actually kind of jealous that she can fall asleep during the day, since even when it's midnight I have a hard time falling asleep. But regardless of that, she chooses to nap on our couch in the living room. This also happens to be the only place in the house that has a TV, and that TV is where I have my various video game consoles hooked up. I would also like to mention that she tends to snore. Not super loud, but loud enough to hear. The thing that really starts to irritate me is when I am playing a game, and while I am in the middle of the game she will come into the living room, lay down, and start to sleep. Then a few minutes later, she will ask me to turn the volume down. I already play with the volume very low anyway, to the point that basically I just cannot hear the television at all. Every time she does this, I ask her if she wouldn't be more comfortable taking a nap in our bedroom or in our spare bedroom where she wouldn't be able to hear the TV, and that way I would also be able to play while being able to hear my game. She insists that she should be allowed to nap in the living room. So today, after we had eaten dinner, she decided that she wanted to play Animal Crossing. Great, I thought. I can zone out and stare at my phone or do whatever the hell I want while she is playing. I also like watching her play this game because I find it very relaxing. I ended up falling asleep on the couch while she was playing, and apparently I was snoring. She woke me up. Already this is frustrating because she knows how hard it is for me to fall asleep in the first place, and asked me to leave because I was snoring. I said no. You always insist on napping in here when I am playing. You can deal with it for once when I want to sleep in here while you play. I am not even asking you to turn the volume down, I just wanted to be allowed to sleep. Needless to say, this didn't go over well. She got very upset and insisted that it was different and that I was being unreasonable. I don't think I'm being unreasonable, but am I the idiot? Not the idiot, and it's time to start being more direct. She has the option to nap in the living room, provided she doesn't make demands for peace and quiet. You have an equal right to nap in the living room, despite any disruption caused by your snoring, because she's already established that's the normal for your household. Why are you catering to her ridiculous behavior? Just say no and let things fall where they will. From your other comments it sounds like you already have one foot out the door, so what would it hurt to be blunt to see what happens? Not the idiot, and I have the exact same problem with my husband napping in the living room where the TV, computers and consoles are. It drives me insane sometimes. But at least he does not have the nerve to tell me not to nap there if once every 5 years I do it. And to be honest, I have stopped making an effort to accommodate him. One time I was on Discord with friends and he complained I was too loud. I replied, "You are right, it's awful how I dragged my desktop computer into the bedroom to wake you up." Oh wait. She's got a switch, tell her to move to the bedroom and play handled. If she is gonna nap when you are likely wanting to use the TV. With lockdown and my shift staggered, I am finding myself napping a lot with playing Animal Crossing. If it's in the afternoon when I'm not working, and my fiance is likely to take a break from work, I am now trying to play in the bedroom handheld if I feel tired and set an alarm. She has a switch, she can move and play. This is a weird one. My son is 7 years old and autistic. At his school they use iPads for literacy games. According to his teacher, he really engages with these games, but as they only have one iPad for the entire class, he often doesn't get to use it for more than 10 minutes. So today, after a discussion with my partner, we decided to go out and buy him his own iPad, nothing special, just a base model. He did pick out the rose gold version because he liked the color, he thought it was pink, and he loves pink. We did this so he has more time to learn from the things that he is engaging with, as opposed to trying to force him to learn in other ways, which usually just ends up with him getting overly frustrated. It was still a rather expensive purchase for my family, but luckily I had some money stashed aside and I used that. My son was excited about his new iPad, so we video chatted to my mom and told her about his new iPad. She was disgusted that we spent so much money on him. She was disgusted that we got him a pink one because he would be teased for having a pink iPad. And he has enough issues without getting a pink iPad as well. I told her the color doesn't matter, we can always put a case on it, and it's his iPad, he should be able to get whatever color he wants. She then said we were idiots for getting him an iPad because he needs to learn how to share with other kids. Keep in mind, this iPad is strictly to be used at home, we aren't going to let him take it to school. It's just so he can practice in his own time at home at his own pace. She's furious with us for enabling another spoiled child, and I'm annoyed at her for not seeing how this can benefit my son. Am I the idiot for buying my son a pink iPad? First off, rose gold is not pink, at least from an artist's perspective. There is more copper in rose gold. Second, supporting your young son's education by investing in an iPad will only enhance what's happening at school and support his education. Ignore your mom, no one is going to tease him for the color of his iPad. Yes, they are expensive, that's the nature of our world today, if you want decent equipment. Sure, you could have gotten him an Amazon Fire, but then, you'd have an Amazon Fire, which is clearly inferior, at least, from my experience. Not the idiot. Not the idiot, and the pink iPad is the least of your worries here. As a fellow parent of an autistic child, let me tell you that the people who think your kid is just spoiled will never support you or your child. I used to try to educate them, but they have proven resistant to education, so now we just distance ourselves. Anyone who does not care to understand autism and who does not care to understand the value my child brings just as she is can frankly go screw on off. You have a long road ahead of you. When I was a kid, my dad took us all to get bikes. We all got to choose our own bike, and my younger brother wanted a pink one. We told him, it's pink, you might not like having a pink bike, but he didn't care, so he got the pink one. After a couple of months, sure enough, he didn't like it being pink, so my dad let him spray paint it. It was a hideous mix of green, or black or brown after that, but the bike worked fine, and my brother didn't care, so problem solved.